Gentlemen, start your egos. It's
Hi, I'm Nat. I'm Jenny. And this is Oscar Bait.
This is your guide to who to pick for the Oscars coming up at the end of February.
We want you to be well informed for your Oscars parties, and so you can sound like a big old expert, we're going to be taking you through all the categories leading up to the big awards.
So we've started to get into the more glamorous ones, which is acting, of course, because everyone thinks they can be an actor. And today we're going to look at actress in a supporting role. And this is a tough one, so...
Buckle up.
Yeah.
So, nominated for actress in a best supporting role this year, we have Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight, Rooney Mara in Carol, Rachel Mcadams for Spotlight, Alicia Vikander, The Danish Girl, and Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs.
This is a tough
This
field.
is a my god, this one's really hard. So let's get started in the conversation. We can probably knock out two of these very easily. Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight.
When you get to hell, John, tell him Daisy sent you.
Now, I know like both of us kind of have not very strong feelings about The Hateful Eight, to put it lightly. She was good in it though.
She is very good in it. She's very good at being hit by men repeatedly for a joke. But that's a story for another time.
She's got the comeback factor.
The comeback factor of that, like, the Tarantino resurrecting an actor thing.
Jennifer Jason Leigh was a name that I knew, but I couldn't name a movie she'd been in.
We just had to do a bit of research to figure it out.
And we looked it up and we realised that she really was more of an actress of the 80s and the 90s.
Yes. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That
Single
kind
white
of-
female.
And she hasn't really done like a big pedigree film since like 2004. So, I mean, this is a comeback, but then again, as we have learned over the past couple of years, the Academy doesn't necessarily care for a comeback story.
No, and the comebacks will get nominations, they won't get awards.
Yeah.
Like, look at Michael Keaton.
Poor Michael Keaton.
And the wrestler Mickey Rourke. Like,
yeah.
it
Doesn't translate.
Yeah, no, it'll get you sort of like good
Well
job.
done, you're back.
Welcome back, but it won't get you anything more than that.
Jennifer Jason Leigh in this movie is just a very awful hick who does a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
Blood-soaked screaming. And I guess she's okay at that, but I didn't,
Rate it.
move on.
So,
We can also probably count out Rachel McAdams in Spotlight.
Your father, Paquin?
Yes, that's right.
I'm Sasha Pfeiffer from the Boston Globe.
Okay.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Go ahead, dear.
We spoke to several men who knew you when they were boys at St. John the Baptist in Haverhill. They told us you molested them. Is that true?
Sure, I fooled around her, but I never felt gratified myself.
Right. But you admit to molesting boys at St. John the Baptist?
Yes, but as I said, I never got any pleasure from it. That's important to understand.
Right. But can you tell me where and how you fooled around with these boys?
I want to be clear. I never raped anyone. There's a difference. I should know.
How would you know?
I was raped.
While it was a really beautifully restrained performance from an actress who's just constantly been improving her worth to Hollywood as well, I think this is this her first nomination?
yes.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
And that's really big. That's a big nod from the Academy because she's just been so solid for such a long time. For like 12 years, actually.
Yeah, she's been a great actress. And in almost like, she's not bad in anything, I don't think. She's in bad movies, sure, but not bad. But I think what's working against her in this case is the ensemble thing.
She doesn't have enough in this, unfortunately. She has some really sweet moments with her grandmother, and she's got some very sweet moments also having that crisis of faith in a much more muted way than Mark Ruffalo's character in Spotlight. But there's just not enough in it for an Oscar.
Because you have to sort of keep in mind the what they show at the ceremony, and that's where Oscar bait comes from, essentially, is like the clip that they show of the actors, and there's a perfect parody of it in Wayne's World, if anybody wants to go back 20 years, where he's making fun of like the Oscar bait thing by like throwing water on himself and being like, I never learned how to read. So
yeah. That being said, that moment, I think, actually really only comes for one of the performers
in this
category, and that's Kate Winslet in Steve Jobs.
She's turned on me.
Fix it.
What the?
Fix it, Steve.
Take it easy.
Fix it, or I quit. How about that? I quit and you never see me again. How about that?
Tell me what's wrong with you this morning.
What's been wrong with me for 19 years? I've been a witness, and I tell you, I've been complicit. I love you, Steve. You know how much. I love that you don't care how much money a person makes. You care what they make. But what you make isn't supposed to be the best part of you.
Steve Jobs was a really great, very talky movie.
It's a Sorkin movie.
I believe it was snubbed for screenplay, but we will get into that next week. And she has like a great big monologue-y scene where she, you know, confronts Steve about his basically ignoring all of her advice over this time, but she's been carrying him basically emotionally, professionally, and she finally sort of breaks down and shows everything, and she puts on a pretty decent Eastern European accent. So she's getting an accent nomination here too.
Oh, Kate is great at accents. Let's be honest. She nailed an Australian accent. That's hard.
Didn't she just?
That's a hard accent. And it wasn't a like ochre Australian. It was an Australian from Victoria.
You can click here if you want to watch the Dressmaker review. So she puts in that really fantastic, just strong monologue. She's just a brilliantly great emotional female presence in that movie. She won the Golden Globe.
That's a pretty good sign.
Which is a pretty good sign, but she also did win an Oscar not that long ago for The Reader in 2008.
Yeah. But also
But supporting is not really a discount
exactly.
sort of thing.
Supporting is they kind of, I think, allow it.
Yeah.
You can sneak through.
They can cancel each other out.
Yeah.
So she just put a good fight up for this one.
That's for sure. But she's got some pretty strong, relatively newcomers. So there's a couple ladies here, Rooney Mara and Alicia Vikander.
So let's talk first about Rooney Mara in Carol. Rooney Mara has been nominated a couple of times for Oscars, actually.
Yeah.
And they've always sort of been like acknowledgement of a rising star type Oscars nomination. So like you did really well and you're going to go far, but not this time. However, Carol being severely underrepresented in a lot of other categories, like Best Picture and Best Director and Best Screenplay, this is a really great nod for Rooney Mara.
What do you do on Sundays?
Nothing in particular. What do you do?
Oh, nothing lately. I mean, if you'd like to come visit me sometime, you're welcome to. At least there's some pretty country around where I live. Would you like to come visit me this Sunday?
Yes.
What a strange girl you are.
Why?
Flung out of space.
She's nominated for Best Supporting Actress purely because of the strategizing of the campaign, because she's a co-lead in this. And the Globes, that reflected that.
Yeah.
But here, obviously, they figured she'd have more of a chance in supporting.
Well, you don't go up against Kate lightly. Like, Kate Blanchett has a hurricane in her. She can summon the winds if she wants to.
But Rooney Mara just gives this like beautifully understated. The whole movie is understated. Like that is the point of this movie, is just understated. But she just gives this gorgeously heartbreaking performance of a young woman who's young and silly in love. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, not outwardly silly, but just has all that idealism
Yeah.
of a young lover.
Yeah.
And also you can tell it's her first female-on-female affair as well, and she's so excited by a love that excites her, and it's really, really beautiful. It's so beautiful, and she's got these amazing doe eyes that say so much, but she's just so beautiful in this. This is her really like pulling back and saying just so much with those eyes.
Yeah.
It's just a brilliant performance.
And how far has she come since she was the girl at the start of The Social Network?
Right?
Like, she has just every step has been like just so strong. And yeah, she'll definitely get an award one day. I just don't know if it'll be for Carol.
And that's because the next nominee she's got a swell behind her.
That's true.
Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl.
You should have been there.
How could I? Look at me.
Not everything is about you. I need to see Einar.
Let me help, please.
I need my husband. Can you get him?
I can't.
I need to talk to my husband. I need to hold my husband.
She plays the kind of, wrought wife Gerda of Einar, or Lily Elbe, who's played by Eddie Redmayne, the Danish Girl. This is another case of a Best Actress performance. It is a lead acting performance, being kind of downgraded to supporting so that she could get a nod.
Yeah. Or walk home with an award, essentially, which is that's part of the fun of the Oscars, I find, is the political strategy behind where you place yourself. And that's why you can see weird things with the Golden Globes as well. But I mean, she puts in a great, I think she puts up a massive fight for this award.
I think so as well. She's really proven that she can be a leading lady. She had 2 massively brilliant films this year. Ex Machina as well, which got a Golden Globe nod, but not an Oscar nod, obviously, because they don't tend to award. Indie. But they also don't tend to double nod.
Yes,
in the same category.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare when that happens. But this could be almost an award for both type thing.
Yeah.
You were really impressive in a movie that didn't get enough attention.
Yeah.
And now you're impressive in
a movie that is getting attention.
Yeah.
You're impressive in a movie that stands alone, and impressive in an Oscar bait sense as well. So a wide range. And also, this might sound ignorant, but where did she come from?
Right?
Out of nowhere, she's just nailing it.
Yeah.
And just doing so well in these movies. With everybody else in this category, you can see, apart from Jennifer Jason Leigh, who we both forgot about, everybody else, you can see the trajectory and the steps that they're taking to get to the Oscars, or to get that award. But I feel like Alicia Vikander's just been she's
come out of nowhere.
Yeah, she's having a Jennifer Lawrence,
And I love that this, as we said earlier with Rooney Mara, she used to get kind of the rising star nod. This almost doesn't feel like a rising star nod to me. This one feels like she really could...
She could take it.
She could take it.
I think it's between her and Kate, mainly, right?
No, I loved Alicia Vikander in The Danish Girl, though. I think she's just such a powerful emotional core of that movie, where Eddie Redmayne plays this amazingly sort of torn but almost kind of distant sort of figure, but she just plays this amazing fire to his ice kind of thing, and she just has this beautiful passion that turns from joy to sadness so quickly. She's just such a joy to follow here. She's just incredible in this film, I think, too.
So what are you gonna put your money on?
It's really, really hard. I think I might put my money on Alicia Vikander.
I think I'll second your money, with my own money on probably Alicia Vikander, and I'm putting my weight behind her for Ex Machina, because that was, I've said it a million times, I really liked it, and she played a robot real well. It's a tricky category though, and this is probably the one that's to watch for, like, where's it going to go? Who's it going to go to? Well, let us know what you think of the actress in a supporting role. And who do you want to win? Who do you think will win? Leave us a comment.
Yeah.
Give us a like and a subscribe.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.